If you've ever wondered or doubted yourself as you're trying to create an ad and you're thinking to yourself, what ad should I run? What headline should I use? What image should I use? This video is for you. We're going to answer how to figure out all of those things very, very easily by spying on your competitors. All right. Now, before we go into the nitty gritty and the tools and the tips that I've got for you, please smash that like button. It really helps me out with the algorithm so that I can create more and more content for you guys. All right. So let's get right into it. The tool, which you're already seeing right there, is the Facebook ad library. It's something that very few people know about, but it's extremely, extremely powerful. The way that you get to it is by typing into the URL bar at the top. Just type in facebook.com/ads/library. Now, once you hit this page, there are a few things that you need to know in order to be able to see as much information as possible. The first thing that you need to do is here where you see all of these kind of gray buttons and this one is in green, make sure that search all is in green. This is going to show you the most amount of information possible, okay? That's step one. Step two is in this box where it says search for ads by advertiser name. You're going to want to think about a keyword or a very specific phrase that other advertisers might be using in their name. So for example, if you are thinking about running VA loans for a loan officer, then you might be looking to search for VA loan. And here we have several already. Military VA loan, 94,000 likes. It's a loan service. Or we might search for the word veteran, and we might look through the list to see which ones are loan services. Notice a few things about this search result here. And by the way, notice how I typed in the keyword, but I did not press enter. You want to type it out without pressing enter. And what you want to do is you want to scroll through the list and you want to look at the number of likes, the number of followers. This is going to tell you the larger this number is, the more likely this company has spent more money on ads, and the more likely they are to be really serious about building their social media presence. Okay. You can also see that some of these have these blue circles with the white check mark. That also means that they have verified their account. Again, another indicator that they are serious about building their social media presence. Additionally, you can see the category or type of Facebook page that this is. So some of these are community. Another one here is medical and health. This is actually a government page. And then you can see here, Veterans United Home Loans. It's a loan service company. Loan service in this case, this example is, an LO that wants to run a VA loan. So you can see here how quickly we can find something. Now, whatever phrase you type in here is going to be specific to your niche. All right. So think about what keyword you want to use. Also, test out different keywords. Try veteran. Try veterans with an S. Try veteran loan. Try VA loan. Try VA. Right. Try all of these different variations. And same thing in your niche. Think of different variations of these keywords to try and find as many Facebook pages as you possibly can. Additionally, make sure you click this blue link at the bottom that says more results by advertiser so that you can pull up a longer list of potential Facebook pages that are advertising, okay? So here, for example, I can already see another one that's a loan service, 851,000 likes on Facebook, and it has the word veterans in the name. So that would be also someone that I would like to look into. Let's start though with Veterans United. So you click on the name of the advertiser, and then you're going to wait for the page to load up. Sometimes it takes a second or two for it to load. Once it does load, however, you're going to be given a bunch of information. Up at the top, some of the pages, not all of the pages, will give you some amount of information around spending. Keep in mind, this is actually only the tabulated spending related to social issues, elections, or politics. So this is not all of the spending that this page has done. It is just for those ads that were flagged or labeled into these special categories, okay? Anything outside of those specific categories is not being counted in that total that you're seeing there. So this page has probably spent a lot more than that. Now, let's scroll down and let's see a few things about this page. The first thing you're going to notice is that it is sorted by the most recent ad at the top. And so this is another tip that's really, really cool, which is that the first thing I like to do is I like to filter. And instead of having both active and inactive, I like to look for what they're still running. Because if it's inactive because it's not working right now, probably, right? So let's filter for active ads. And then once we've filtered for active ads, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to scroll down all the way to the bottom. Now, this might take, again, a little bit for the page to load, but what we're doing is we're trying to look for the longest running ads. Why? Because if it's been running for a very long time, it's probably because it works. Otherwise, they would have turned it off, especially when it's someone large like this, where you know that they have been really focused on building their ads. Then they probably have a team. And so what you're doing is you're spying on what is their ad agency or digital marketer doing for them, right? So let's keep scrolling down. Again, your page might freeze a little bit as you do this. That's totally normal because it's loading a lot of content. All right, so we're now all the way at the bottom, and we can see that these ads were launched in July 2020. I'm filming this in January 2021. So these ads that you're seeing have been running for 7 months. That's really, really good. And in fact, sometimes you're not going to find ads that have been running for 7 months. Sometimes you'll find shorter. That's totally cool. You always kind of want to scroll down to the bottom and then scroll up so that you can learn what has been running the longest. Now, once you do this, the next step is to start looking for patterns. And I'll move my face here a little bit so that we can start to see everything. The first thing you're going to notice is that you can see the headline for each of these ads. So this headline is Start Online Right Now. The headline for this one is Online 2020 VA Loan Eligibility, right? You can see the headlines for each of the ads. You can also see the descriptions. Check your 2020 VA loan eligibility. Now, on top of that, you can also click on it. So I accidentally clicked, so I'll just talk about it right now. If you click on the ad, it actually loads up their landing page. And so you can actually look at what is the lander, what is the headline on the lander, how are they building it out? Look at how they have social proof, okay? Or look at their sub headline. Look at what they've got going on up here. They have a phone number, okay? So all of this allows you, look at it, they've got some social proof from other websites, and then again, their phone number, okay? So this is a structure that they're using on this ad. Let's see if they're also using that same structure on other ads, right? So if I were to click on this other ad as well, let's take a look and let's see. Look at that, same headline, same subheadline, same question format, buy versus refi. So everything here is exactly the same. This is telling us that this landing page is probably converting for them, okay? That's a good sign. Let's click on that last one and let's take a look as well. Here we go. So they've switched up the headline just a little bit, right? So whereas these other ones use the Jumpstart headline, this one over here is using check your $0 down VA loan eligibility. Okay, so as you can see, what you should be looking at is look at all of the ads, click through all of the ads, right? Take a look at where it's going, look at the patterns of the landing pages. And as you're doing all of this, spot the things that you like that you want to test. So perhaps one of the things that you might want to test next is on your ad, you might want to test out kind of a button, right? So this ad over here on the right-hand side, this looks like a button, even though it's in the image. And perhaps that's getting higher click-through rate. This is something that you should test out. Additionally, you should scroll through and you should look at what headlines they seem to be using a lot. So if you see that they start using this one here, Start Online Right Now, and they use that a lot, then some variation of that headline is something that you should test as well. Don't steal what other people are doing. It doesn't work long term. It really doesn't. It burns out faster because what you're doing if you're using exactly the same thing, number one, it's not morally ethical. But number two, it's actually from a business standpoint, it doesn't make sense because if someone has already been driving traffic to this exact same ad, the frequency, the amount of people who have seen this exact same ad has already gone up. And so when people see the same ad multiple times, they go blind to it and they ignore it. So there's actually no reason why you should be using the same ad. You're just using this for research so that you can figure out what types of things to try, and you can then paraphrase it, reword it, try images that are similar to but are different, right? You can see here that they have several testimonial ads that they've been running since July. So test out testimonial ads. And you can see the structure. On this one, they have the image on top and the testimonial on the bottom. On these two, they have the testimonial on top and the image on the bottom. Those are things that you will probably want to test, okay? So those are the types of stuff that you're looking at. You can see here how on all of these ads, they're using the same primary text. And perhaps this type of start now, and this little image here is actually an iPhone image, like a phone emoji. So perhaps you want to try an emoji, right? This is how you start to identify things that other people are doing that you want to test out in your ad campaign in order to figure out, does it work for you? All right. Another thing that is really cool to try is when you are going through this, you're also going to notice, are they running video? Are they running image? You're also going to notice a few things, and I'm going to scroll through here to see if I can find some examples of this. But there are several different types of ads that you can run inside of Facebook. And it's important for you to note how to spot them inside of the ad library. So for example, take a look at this. You'll see this ad right here. There is no button that says learn more, right? Whereas these other ones said learn more, this one doesn't. Why? Well, the learn more button means that this is a conversion ad or a traffic ad. It is sending people off of Facebook, okay? These that don't have the button, let's find out more. Let's click see ad details. And let's see the additional details and information that we get from Facebook. So the first thing that you're going to notice is that there are multiple versions of this ad. This means that they are using dynamic creative probably in order to test this out. You'll notice that now the learn more button shows up. So this is a conversion ad. Next up, we can actually cycle through in order to see what is in this ad. And you're going to notice that the ID is shifting for each ad. So they have created multiple variations of the same ad, but in this example, they've actually used the exact same info. So they've created duplicate ads inside of their ad account with the same image, same headline, and same primary text. So that's an interesting strategy that they seem to be trying out there. And perhaps that's something that you want to try out. Let's take a look at some of these other ones to see what they're running. So if we click see ad details on this one here in the middle, we can also see that they've got one of two for multiple versions. And again, they're not actually running anything differently. If they were running, let's say, a different image or a different primary text, as you cycle through, you would actually see the information change right in here, which is pretty cool. Additionally, if they are running a lead form ad, you can click the see more, see ad details, and when you scroll down below it, you'll actually see all of the questions that they're asking in their lead form exactly. So this is a really cool research tool for you to use. And whenever you are wondering, what image should I use? What headline should I test? What primary text should I be looking at? This is the tool to check. This is how you get your mind thinking about what to do, what to test. And so with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video. If you have questions, comments, put them in the comments below. I do check in on that. And I use that as a source of information for future videos. And of course, always hit that like button because it really helps me out. All right, have a good one. Peace.